diving in the dark, below the surface, where the hurt is. Breathe the smoke into my heart, till it's beating, I'll be healing. I close my eyes, swimming deep in the stars, I know it's paradise. One touch takes me out my mind, out my body. I'm falling deep, don't leave me from the
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing good. Double thumbs up. Everyone's sitting in tether or short the market, I imagine, based on what I'm seeing on Twitter. Everyone is short, and no one is hurting at all right now. Everyone is totally fine. There's nothing to worry about. You're all hedged to the nines. And everyone is totally fine. So yeah, gonna be a good stream today. I might as well rename this playlist to or this watch list to Monday streams. Keep doing them on Monday because Sunday I'm hungover. But I didn't share the link to YouTube. What do you mean? What do you mean, sir? Yeah, I did. It's literally on Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about, but you just distracted me. Bad. Okay. So, yeah, I think everyone's probably in stable coins, short huge, short altcoins. Everyone's fine. There's nothing to worry about. So, what am I even really here to talk about? Well, what I'm here to talk about is my partnership with Prime XBT. So, you guys have been doing great. Using that Prime XBT link, so thank you. I appreciate it. Keep hammering away at it. If you got friends who want to lose money with you, you can do so, and you can lose that money faster with the power of leverage. Available on Prime XBT, no KYC necessary. So obviously, I'm kidding, but yes, use the Prime link, share it with your friends. 7% deposit bonus, up to $100,000 deposit would get you a $7,000 bonus. So shout out to everyone who's been using my link. I really appreciate it. It's, oh shit, DXY just cracked 100. I really appreciate it. It helps me out immensely. It's what's paying for all of the production quality on these videos. It pays my editor, etc. So thank you so much. If you have any questions about that, feel free to DM me. You can also go to my website, www.tradermayne.com, for info on how to use it, how to input the bonus code, all that fun stuff. All right, so with that out of the way, let's get into the charts. So we're back below 40,000. Not great. If you've been watching me and following me, we've been leaning towards a move to the downside. What I was hoping, and I think what everyone was hoping for, was that it was going to occur from up here. So if you've been watching me for a while, especially the last handful of streams, we've been talking about looking for a lower high, right, to form from this down move, right? We've been waiting for that lower high, load up the boat, and short it all the way to Goblin Town. All right. And unfortunately, it didn't get as high as I had hoped. So I had talked about this fib in the last stream. Right. And I was saying I was hoping at the very least we'd come up to the 50. At the very least, and we'd run these highs here. That was our expectation. So when I did my last stream, 7 days ago, would make it April 4th, we were trading in this consolidation here. And I basically was pretty straightforward with what I was saying. I was like, listen, if we get above 47,000, the target is here. Okay? Above 47,000, the target is here and is possibly high as any of these numbers over here. That was the aim for the lower high. What happened? We came up above. This is 47,000 and found resistance, broke market structure, and just continued to sell off. So that's bad. If you can't tell that's bad, I'm now telling you that's bad. It's not a good look. If you remember that range that we had been watching, something like this, right? I said, okay, if this is not just a deviation, we need to hold above 44. Right? So first, when we came up here, okay, I want to see us get back above 47. And then I said the low that I want us to hold is around 44, 44.5. So if you're wondering where I talked about all of this, previous streams are still useful because you can go back and see what I talked about, and then you can see it play out. I also have charts in Discord. I do have charts on Twitter as well, but I shitpost a lot. So if you have me on notifications, rip. But I do post all these charts on Twitter as well, but Discord's a little less cluttered because it's just the charts. There's no shit posts in between. But this was the plan, right? So we finally broke out of the range. I said, okay, we want to hold this support here. We had that order block here. We caught along here. I said, but we have to clear 47. Clear 47, we go here. If we fail to get above 47 and we go to the underside of 44, I was targeting the mid-range. And I said, basically between 47 and 44, you can just wait. If you don't want to try and guess the direction, wait for the breakout either above 47 or below 44, and you're going to get a signal, a trade signal, either to here or to the mid-range. Well, look what happened. Broke below, retest, shit the bed. Now we're right at the mid-range. And all of this was shared on Twitter. Did I trade this perfectly? Absolutely not. I basically told everyone to chill between here. I said, wait for a breakout in either direction and then trade it. And then what did I do? I just chopped myself to bits because I'm like a masochist and I love the pain, apparently. But this was the plan, right? This was the plan. Sorry, one sec here. Let me bring this over here. So this was the plan. This is from April 3rd. So this is the day of our last stream. Okay, that was the plan here. Was, okay, I think it's a pretty safe play to wait for us to break on either of those two levels. So there's 47 right here. I had 48 in this instance, which is just a new high, towards 52, or below 44, down to 40. That was the plan. Wait for either levels to give way, above 48, 52, below 44, short to 40, and likely much lower. Goblin Town, foreshadowing, in between chill. So what did I do? I didn't chill. I longed near. I made a bunch of money, and then I watched all of it go back to negative, and then I was up a bunch more money on near, and then it went all back to negative, and then it went up a bunch more money on near, and then it went all back to negative till I finally closed, and I lost a bunch of money. I long Bitcoin here, closed it. I shorted, closed early. So I did anything but chill, okay? But hopefully, and I know for a fact some of you guys followed this plan, you made some money on this move from here down to here. Because it was laid out. We talked about it in stream. What would the trigger be? How would you get in? And it played out basically to a T. As soon as we got below 44, boom. You got a perfect retest as well on Sunday scam pump, blah, blah. And it was a straight shot down. So I know a few people caught that move because you told me, which is awesome. So anytime someone who follows me, if something I post helps you make money, I'm stoked on that. I want to hear about that. That makes me happy because at the very least, if I'm not making money, hopefully you guys are, right? Someone's got to make money. But that's basically exactly what happened here, right? So if I get back to that original chart, there it is, right? So we were trading right here when that chart was posted and that stream was done. Broke below 44. It got two tests. This was your first test, and then this was on Sunday, and here we are now. Right into 40. So that was a very nice 10% move caught if you were paying attention and you followed that plan. Hopefully some of you did. Hopefully some of y'all made money on that. If you did, let me know in the chat. But now the question is, where do we go from here, right? Is the low in? Are we going back up? How low can we go? Talking limbo, you know what I mean? Not very low. I'm not very flexible at all. Despite what you may think. I know I look very limber. I'm not. That's one of the things I'm working on a lot in the gym is flexibility, right? Range of motion. I'm trying to improve that shit. So hopefully some of you guys made money here. I mean, if you want the hindsight trade here, I should have caught this and I'm mad I didn't, but you basically have your move up, break in market structure, pull back to where? The bearish order block. You even had an SFP right into the order block there. That's just on the 12 hour, right? If you zoom in on this thing, which I will do shortly, you had a few obvious options here to get short, right? So here's your H1 trend breakdown, very clearly bearish, right? I should have been selling this, right? The smart move, and I'm not a smart person, so that's why I didn't do it. So I'm staying true to my character in not following my own analysis. The smart move would have been to short here with your stop at the high, right? And then what happens if we get above 48? We follow that long trigger, we close the short, and we flip long. But instead, I just did nothing here, and then I also didn't short the underside of 44. So there's a lot of ways to screw the pooch, and I got very creative in my screwing the pooch methodologies. But that would have been the safe plays. Just short here. This is an obvious short, obviously in hindsight, but everything that we discuss, this is a go-to kind of trader main short here. Here's your order block that broke market structure. You have an H12 SFP. You have an H12 market structure break. You have an H1 market structure break. H1 SFP. There's SFP number 1, right? So you could have shorted on this candle close. Stop there. You could have shorted the order block. Maybe you get stopped on this first attempt, but when you see it closes an SFP, short it again, right? another SFP here, and even down to here, when we broke below 44, what happened? SFP, SFP. The reason these are working so well is because you're in line with the high time frame trend, right? And that will be discussed in my SFP video scheduled to release in 2040 at the rate that I'm moving. But that's the hindsight short from up here as well as down here, right? Your key level was 48 and 47 up here. Your key level here was 44, right? There's your break below. There's your bearish structure forming below your level to catch that short, okay? So unfortunately, I didn't follow my own plan, but that would have been the short here. Hopefully that explanation makes sense. Now what are we looking for? We're back below 40K. I don't think this is good at all. So like I'm gonna record a video tomorrow during the day, and I'll hopefully be able to get it out by Wednesday or Thursday. It's gonna be a high time frame video, so it doesn't have to come out as soon as I record it. But I'm gonna be talking about the monthly chart and the weekly chart specifically, and how low I think price can go if we go full doomsday, okay? We're not at full Goblin Town's doomsday yet. Like DEFCON has 5 levels. We're at like DEFCON 3. But if we go DEFCON 5, we go full Goblin Town. You know, we're going to Green God's banks, and those motherfuckers are stealing all your Bitcoin, okay? We can go really fucking low. I don't know if we're going to do that. Right now, I think the most obvious targets on the downside, okay, are 35, right? So basically, back into this consolidation, right? This has been very key support here, right? Move above, trade below, back above, go. Trade below, back above, go. Held here. So this 35, I want 35, but same shit. We're talking about the high time frame here. We're talking about the high time frame. 35,000. Okay? Exact same, right? Trade below, above, boom. Below, above, boom. Caught the lows here. So this to me becomes the area of interest, I think, for potential longs for a bounce. I do think we come down here. I don't know if it's a big bounce. I don't know if it's a small bounce. But I do think we come down to this 35K area. I think another level on the downside that you want to watch is effectively 30,000. Right? Back into these range lows here. Right? And take out these lows. So those would be two very critical support levels, in my opinion, on the weekly. Where did price stall? The weekly order block, right? So we had this weekly order block drawn for a while, right? If you zoom in, you can see that's the weekly order block there. We deviated above these highs into the weekly order block, and that was your top, right? So looking at the weekly, it's like, okay, well, that makes sense. It rejected at the weekly order block, right? That should be bearish. We wanted it to go higher, right? I wanted it to reject higher. I wanted it to run these highs. But if this is the lower high for the year, let's speak hypothetically here. If this is the high for the year, I know it's early, right? But if this is the high for the year, it gets way uglier than it is right now. Okay, so if you think it's ugly now, if this is the high for the year, we're going to fucking zero in a microsecond, okay? So 35 and 30K are two high time frame weekly levels that I'm pretty confident within the next 2 months we will trade at. Maybe sooner, right? We could trade at 35K tomorrow. We could trade at 35K a month from now. But I'm pretty confident we will trade at both of these levels. Structure is bearish. We've been talking about that for a while. I'm pretty confident we trade at both of these levels. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is what happens if we go lower? So the reason this is so important to me here is 30K is effectively the range low. Okay, it's effectively the range lows here. So if we're playing with this meme of like, hey, this is just a big uptrend, right? And this is just really big swings, right? And we're gonna super cycle to infinity, which I would love, obviously. This range cannot break. And what I don't like is this, right? So on the way up, notice, held the range low, retested the mid range, went to the range high, made a higher high, deviated. What happened here? We've now come to the mid range and rejected at the mid range. So to me, the obvious magnet is down here, that 30K area. So that's why I'm targeting here. Range low to range high to range low. So I'm pretty confident that we will trade at the 30K handle in the near future. Does that mean just short everything now and hope that you can rebuy it at 30K? No. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want, obviously. But that is an area that I'm interested in watching, is that, you know, kind of very high 20K to 30K area, as well as that 35K handle that I had drawn out there as well, right? These lows here. Okay. So that's something we're going to watch in the future here for the next little bit. This is going to be an area that we watch. You know, where's my bearish thesis invalidated? Got to get above 47. Get above 47. Now we're talking about the upper part of the range again. Until then, as long as we're trading below this weekly order block and below the mid range of this entire range, 35 and 30 are the areas that I think price is likely going to trade down into. I was really hoping to get a push up above here to get into a big comfy short that I could hold. I'm upset I didn't short here, but it is what it is. So what do? Do you cry about it? Obviously. But you also got to move the fuck on and look for the next trade, right? There's new opportunities every day. If you miss a trade, it sucks. There's nothing you can do about it. On to the next one, right? So these are two levels I'm very interested in seeing price react around. The range low, this 35K, which is these lows. But if you also take your fib from here to here, this 35K is likely going to be right around the sweet spot of the entire move. If I pull up my fib here and I go the pocket, hold on here. Oops. Pretty damn close. The 7.9 is around 37, so a little lower than that, but that would be that very deep pullback of this move. If we're going to put in a higher low, right, it's got to stay above here. So where do we start getting worried? What do we really want to be scared of if we go DEFCON 5? We go full Goblin Town. You know, Foo is just posting the don chart, and you know, you're crying because you know, your girlfriend, you had multiple girlfriends here. Remember, you had several girlfriends up here. Your dog had a girlfriend. Below here, you might be gay. I don't know, right? Like, that's how bad it's going to get. You might become asexual. You might become an incel if you're not one already. So, this is where it gets scary because it invalidates this entire range. Okay, and I want to save some of this for the Doomer video I'm going to do. But basically, I'm pretty confident in these two areas getting traded to in the next little bit. Okay? Do I think there's going to be longs in the meantime? Sure, we could definitely bounce before then, right? But I'm pretty sure this is a lower high here, and we're likely going to make a lower low next. So what happens if we go below the you're gay line? Right? Below 30, and I'm not trying to offend any of my followers who may be of the homosexual persuasion. I'm born in 1990. The term gay doesn't have the same connotation that it does like when I grew up. So I'm sorry, don't cancel me. But if we get below the you're gay line, what is below there? Not a lot, okay? Not a lot. This to me is air, okay? And I'm not talking like the good air. I'm not talking Air Jordan, okay? Bad air. Bad air. What is that big circle? I don't like that. Okay, this is not good. I'm pretty sure if we do not hold up around here, Okay? I don't see this being an area that stops price. Okay? Think of, I know it seems like forever ago, but literally like a year ago, we were trading in the 20K region. Okay? Not that long ago, price was trading in the 20Ks. So I know it seems like we're never going back there, but I'm just making you aware of the possibility. I don't know what's going to happen for sure. Okay? I don't. But I don't like people who are just like, I had some guy who commented on my being like, there's no way we're going back to 14K. It's not possible. It's not. This guy also apparently knows Vladimir Putin, so maybe he knows something I don't. But there's no certainties in trading. We don't fucking know. A black swan event could happen. We don't fucking know. We're seeing inflation at unprecedented levels. The bond market is fucked. Tech stocks look fucked. The S&P looks fucked, and crypto has proven time again that it is a risk-on asset that is correlated to other risk-on assets like equities. As much as we keep wanting the correlation, the decoupling, the great decoupling, it might happen. It's not happening yet. It hasn't happened yet. So be aware, right? If things get uglier on the macro, things can get really ugly here. So that's why that 30K level is so important to me, because if we don't maintain this range here, I don't see on the chart anything worthwhile stopping price until back here. And we never retested the 14K level. That is a legit level. 14K is a legit level. And I know it's terrifying, but this resistance, huge breakout. This is a legit level, 12 to 14K. What does that also line us up with? Every single bull market that we've had, 2009, 2013, 2017, and now 2022, we've seen an 85% or like 80 to 85, sometimes even a little more percent pullback from the very high to the low of the bull market or the low of the bear market. 80% puts us right around that 14K level. Okay, go do this on your own chart. 20K down to 3K, 83%. Okay, here's the 2014 bull run. 1175 down to the lows, 86%. So for some, it doesn't mean it has to happen, but for someone to say that it won't happen, it's not possible to happen, that person is stupid, okay? And it's to me, it's just silly. Why not open yourself up to all possibilities? If you believe that we can go to 100K from here, which is more than a 2x from the current price, think of how much Bitcoin has to be bought, not just in terms of quantity, but remember, as price gets higher, it's more expensive to buy that Bitcoin to continue to put price up. So if you're thinking that if there's people who are legit like, yo, we're going to see a double bubble, crazy super bubble to 100K. Well, if this is possible, why is this not possible? Okay. I'm not saying this is impossible. I do think it's possible, but I also think this is possible, right? So prepare. This goes to 0. I don't think we're going to 0, but if we can trade to 100, why can't we trade back down to 14, right? To me, it doesn't make sense just logically to only consider one of the potential outcomes. So I'm going to save the real doomer shit and my explanation on why I like the 14K level and all that shit for a recorded video that I'm going to be working on tomorrow, okay? But that's just kind of the quick high level of it. 30K and 35K are supremely important. Even looking at the weekly, there's nothing here. There is nothing here. Okay, the weekly, you have a level at 20K. But there's nothing between 30 and 20. There's nothing there on the weekly. Okay, think of all the people who bought their spot Bitcoin at or around 20,000. Where do they capitulate? Right? On the daily, I think we get a decent level around 25,000. Right around here. Okay? Then 20, then 14. So downside levels, 25, 20, 14. Based on the highest time frame, 14 is a possibility down to like 12. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just saying, I'm just putting the number out there so it's in your mind and you're not walking around thinking it's impossible that it can go lower, because it absolutely can. It can always get way uglier than you expect, just like it went probably way higher than you ever expected in the first place, okay? So I'm just putting that out there, and then obviously, if it happens, I'm going to clip this video, and I'm going to repost it on Twitter, and I'm going to collect all of the clout. So much clout I will collect, okay? So that's all of the super doomer talk for now. Bitcoin Jack, what's up, bro? Yes, we hold the gay line or it's over. And that the worst part about that is if we lose the gay line, that's this line here. Okay, if we lose the gay line, not only are we going to zero, but you're gay. That's like a double whammy. And then you got to explain that to your parents that not only did you lose all their money, but you're also gay. Dude, not a conversation I want to be having. I don't think it's a conversation you want to have either. I'm going to stop saying that because I don't want to get canceled. Even though it's funny and everyone can have a laugh, all it takes is one fucking dweeb to be like, well, that's not funny. And to that dweeb, I say, fuck you, respectfully. Okay? So, I'm not going to go too doomer. I'm going to save that for the doomer Goblin Town video that I'm recording. But these are the two key levels I'm watching here, 35 and 30, based on the weekly chart for now. I'm pretty confident that we trade to both of these levels. I don't know when, but those are the two levels I'm watching. Let's try and talk about something positive. Okay? Let's try and talk about anything that's not completely ugly and horrendously bearish, because it's never fun to talk about price going down after it's already going down, right? So, because everyone's like, oh, you're piling on late, everyone's bearish, we're going to go up, and it's like, shut the fuck up. But I don't want to be that guy who's just talking about, only bearish potential scenarios, because there is a possibility of us going up, but I don't want people to not consider downside. And one of the most common things that I see on Twitter, that I see with new traders, is that no one wants to talk about the potential for price going down, and it's usually because they either don't know how to short, they don't short, they're overexposed, so they have cognitive dissonance, and the only direction they can consider is up, right? But let's talk about potential long scenarios here. I do think that there are options here for potential bounces. And to be honest with you, there's altcoins that I think if we get, a 5% bounce on Bitcoin, right? 5% bounce just puts us back at 41.5, right? You could see some altcoins do double-digit percentages. So we'll talk about that in a second here. So looking at Bitcoin here, I like the idea of these lows here. These are effectively equal lows getting run. So you have these effectively equal lows here. So this would be an area that you could potentially look for some sort of, sweep play. Okay, so a run below these lows for a bounce. And again, this is bearish. So any sort of move up, we want to be looking at resistance that is formed here as places to take profit and potentially get into shorts, right? So keep that in mind. But I do think that these lows here seem like an attractive target. We have run a big level. We have a big level here at 40. So option number one, let me just go in order here. We're right here. How good is this support? I have no fucking idea. But we have the 40K kind of big round number here that we're trading right near. And then we have this bullish order block here. We just ran all of these lows. So maybe we form some bullish price action in this area. Immediately, if we were to bounce here, my target would be 42. So if we get a decent relief bounce here, that's where you take profit in my opinion. And then likely probably another leg down into here. We have CPI numbers coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Generally, that means volatility. What does the consumer price index tell us? I don't really give a shit. All I know is there's going to be volatility, so pay attention, right? There might be some nice moves to catch, but maybe there's some uncertainty and you don't want to be fully positioned unless you got a really good entry in one way or the other, because we could see some sort of crazy move, right? But definitely something to watch tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. EST. I'll be soundly asleep in bed. But this would be the first area of interest for potential longs. We have 40K here. We have this order block, target 42. Okay, and anything I'm talking about here is a relief bounce, and then I likely think we trade lower. The next area I'd be looking at for potential relief is below these lows. So I would say around 37 to 37.5. A move down, right? One of these kind of things. And then I would probably target like back into, if we're consolidating here, I'd probably target back into that consolidation for my TP. All right, so those would be the things I would be looking at as potential areas for price to get some relief. We're already down. Yesterday, I think we were down like 7 or 8%. Doesn't mean we can't drop another 7 or 8%, but I would be hesitant shorting right here. I would rather wait. Yeah, we were down just over 5, or no, sorry, yesterday. So this is yesterday. Wait, what? Let me go to the daily. All right, there's your daily candle. That's not a good daily candle. We just broke this low as well, right? So again, we're into some support here. This is a potential bounce area towards 42. Otherwise, I think a run of these lows around 37 to 37.5, and then a bounce up to 40. Those would be the two scenarios that I'm looking for on the long side on Bitcoin. But rather than long Bitcoin or long Ethereum, I would much rather long alts, right? There's some alts that have been super duper reflexive on bounces. So if we're going to get relief on Bitcoin, you want to look at altcoins like maybe Luna. You want to look at altcoins like maybe, GMT, which had a big shit today, or Sol, which had a big shit, or shit like that. Because if Bitcoin has a 5% green day, I bet you Luna puts in, a 10%, 15% candle. Okay? So if Bitcoin finds support either here or a little lower, there's going to be altcoins that on that bounce are going to be more reflexive, and they're going to give you a higher beta move, right? A bigger percentage move. So Luna's one I'd watch. I'm absolutely bearish on Luna. This to me looks like the 69K top on Bitcoin, right? This looks bad. I think you short Luna on any sort of significant pullback here. 95 to 100, up as high as 105. I think you short the shit out of Luna, because I think this thing is going down. And I don't fully understand the Luna Ponzi. I don't know how low this thing goes until, there might be pressure on Anchor. There might be on-chain liquidations. Do Kwon might have to fucking become a forced seller. I don't know. But this looks bad to me. This deviation and then a big breakdown. This to me looks like it's going to bounce, put in a lower high, and sell off. So 95 up through 103, 104, 105. So let's just say 95 to 105. That $10 range, I'm looking to build a short on Luna. I don't know if price will be that generous. Okay, I don't know. That being said, let's assume for a minute Bitcoin gets back above 40 and it goes to 42. That would be a 5% move. That would be the kind of move that, maybe Luna, if Bitcoin goes up 5%, maybe we see Luna put in a, 10 to 15% move. All of a sudden, we're at my short areas. So you could catch a long here. But remember, any longs I'm taking here, I'm looking to flip into shorts on a lot of these altcoins. Because just like they might be more reactive on the way up, if Bitcoin makes another leg down to 35, these altcoins are going to shit the bed way harder. Okay? Way, 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 way harder. So Luna is one I'm watching for a potential bounce. This is my fucking short area here on Luna. All right. I've been talking the entire time. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. We need content for the outro, so I got to look at the chat. This guy says gay for Mayne. Not until we're below 30K, my friend. This guy says, Mayne, this is the bottom. You have to be long right now. Well, there you go. It's that easy. Ethan Kazyev says the bottom is in. So if the bottom is not in, that's, I assume, his full name. You know what to do. This guy says, am I okay? Thank you for asking. No, I'm not. Mayne, do you sumo deadlift or normal? I do both. So a little bit different muscle groups you're working on each one. One's going to be a little bit more quad dominant. I'm still like a beginner to intermediate lifter, so I'm not an expert by any means, but I like conventional. And I like sumo as well. I do both of them. I can lift heavier on sumo, and I think it might be because how I'm built. I'm tall, I got long legs, and there's less distance you have to get off the ground. This guy says, I'm alive. Thank God. I'll call your family and I'll let them know that we can stop the search because you have checked in as safe in my stream. Eddie says, dude, I'm heavily short. Dude, that's fucking awesome. I'm happy for you. Popo87. I'm not liquidated. That's good. But I'm definitely took a hit. I'm almost fine. Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with taking a hit, right? Flesh wounds, right? As long as you got bullets in the chamber and you can keep shooting, you're okay. You never want to get liquidated because then you're out of the game. Party too much. This is the first time I've gone out since Vegas. That's 2 whole weeks without drinking. And I wasn't even going to go out on Saturday. I was chilling. I was literally about to jerk off and play Elden Ring. But then some fucking friends hit me up. Next thing I know, I'm in a club buying a bottle. I don't know what happened. I blacked out. Next thing I know, I'm in a club buying a bottle, raving. So, yeah. Oh, this guy says I didn't post it in Discord. Oh, well, they know what to do. They know what to do. Am I the only one holding Solana and Atom bags? Probably. Sounds like a bad time, my guy. I hate Atom so much. I hope this coin, no offense to you because you're holding a bag, I hope this coin goes to 0. 0. And I mean, obviously, L for you, dude. L, big L. But yeah, I want this coin to go to 0. I hate this coin. I've lost so much money trying to long this goddamn shit coin. I can see all of the losses just looking at this chart. Like, it's like a fucking bad dream. Fuck this coin. I hope it goes negative. But yeah, if you're holding altcoins and shit right now, just be careful. Because if Bitcoin's going to 30K, all of these prices on altcoins that you see can get cut in half very quickly. Like Luna, I'm pretty sure is going to like $50. So, that's why I'm looking to build a short on it on a bounce, because I'm pretty sure if Bitcoin makes another leg down, a lot of these altcoins are going to drop 10, 20, 30, 40, some 50%. So Luna, like something like this is like legit what I'm looking for. So be careful. Let's look at Solana because you're also holding that shit coin. Yeah, I mean, God. Remember I talked about this not being real support? I said, I don't think this consolidation is real support. I still think Solana trades to 50. So if you've been watching me for a while, we talked about this area. I said that we're good for a bounce here. My target was 124 from here. So go watch the streams because I fucking called it, you fuckers. You can't say I didn't. It's on video. I talked about this not being real support. The reason I don't like this is support. Even though we bounced from here, which I predicted. Okay? Even though we bounced from here, I said I don't think this is real support. I think real support is down here. The reason being is this is consolidation, accumulation that led to a leg up. I don't like these little pullbacks that happen in the middle of a parabolic move. It doesn't mean I don't think there's any support there, but I don't think it's very strong. So I didn't think the bottom was going to form here. I said we'll probably bounce, but I do think the low on Solana is, again, 50% haircut. I don't know what that shape is supposed to be, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 50% haircut on Solana. Why does this never fucking work? Yeah, right down to there. Wouldn't surprise me at all. This is real support, not this in my opinion. We came a little higher than my 124 level, but where did we come into? Weekly bearish order block. That was your top. So I'm pretty confident that this is now a lower high, right? And I still think that Solana trades to 50, assuming the market continues to go down. Now, if I'm wrong and we get back above 47, 48K on Bitcoin, I'm flipping the script, right? Be like water, like Bruce Lee said, and be able to flow, right? You put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a kettle, it becomes the kettle, right? I think he said a pot. It becomes the pot. Water can flow, it can crash, right? Be like water, my friend. That was a butchering of a Bruce Lee quote, but the idea is be fluid, right? Water is a fluid. So came up there, rejected. I still think we trade down to the 47.50 area, but obviously, you know, if Bitcoin gets back above 47, 48, I wouldn't be surprised if Solana trades back towards, 180, right? But it would have, but I'm not confident in that yet. I would rather wait and see. All right. So are you the only one holding those bags? I sure fucking hope so. I love you, bro. Don't forget the logo. God, you guys are so good. Thank you. I'm 50 minutes into the video and I forgot the logo until halfway through. So they're gonna fucking cut my pay in half. Those fucking bastards at Prime. I'm just kidding. We love you, Prime. If you're watching this, we love you. I mean that. Help me. I'm not doing this against my will. Okay. Where's my money? Jonathan, I should be asking you, where's my money, bro? You know that meme? Where's my money, bro? Good cushion alcohol, except I don't smoke weed. Link for Discord. Go on my website, www.tradermayne.com for instructions. I missed the trade because I'm dumb. Well, I'm sorry. You went long while playing a video game. Yes, I did, and it worked out for a bit, and then it fucking reversed, and I got stopped out. So, Rancones, wherever you are, you owe me some fucking money. Hey, Mayne, can you explain SFPs? No. I talk about SFPs all the time, and I'm doing a video on them. So, go watch some previous streams. I talk about it all the time. There's no rules on how many candles back there has to be for it to be an SFP. You guys also can just Google what is a swing failure pattern, and there's tons of shit on there. You don't need to wait for me to show you. Yeah, I know Loop's saying 20K. Loop's has been pretty fucking accurate, so I just don't see why it would stop at 20. Like, if we're going below 30, if we're going full Goblin Town, I don't see why it stops here. 14K seems like a way better level, but that's just me. If that was the high of the year, we enter a bear market for real. I don't know if you've been paying attention, my friend, but we're almost 50% off of all-time high already. We're in the bear market. That's the craziest thing about a bear market is you don't really know you're in it until it's too fucking late, okay? When we broke this low, we entered a bear market, and we are now trading 40% off of the high. That is textbook definition bear market. Most people didn't realize we were in a bear market here until we broke this floor. And by the time everyone realized we were in a bear market, even though we were 70% off the high, we were closer to the bottom, and then people started doom posting for way lower. So the fact that people are just sort of coming around now to the idea that we could be in a bear market, even though we have been since November of last year, that means that hopefully we're part of the way through it already, right? But again, yeah, whatever the fuck I was saying, again. Bring on Dan Pena for a reaction. I don't think Dan Pena would respond to my DM. I don't even know if Dan Pena's on Twitter. He's old. Hello, Mr. Mayne. You're my favorite bald celebrity. Why you gotta bring hair into this? Why you gotta do that? You know, I'll fucking kick you like Will Smith and fucking give you one of those. Okay? But thank you. I appreciate that. If you miss a short, long it out of hate. Yes, exactly. Revenge trading is a surefire way to lose more money than you had just lost. This guy just said, Kalau, Takao, Jengat, Buat, Palatao. Chin Chin, Salabim, my friend. Do you go for the most amount of touches when drawing your ranges, or is it just the first move that created the range? Generally, I pick the first big move, right? Here's your low to your high. I don't, and there is some discretion involved, right? I'm not going to draw my ranges the same as everyone else, but as long as you're getting similar areas, you're fine. Okay. Can you use log so it doesn't look like AIDS? No, I cannot. Log chart is age. Yeah, when I post my Doomer video, it will probably be the bottom. You're right. Okay. So hopefully everyone is in line with what I've said here. And yeah, what's up? This guy just called me Zaddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Who's the biggest player in Wetards? That's private information. I can't tell you. I am in Vancouver. Please don't come and hurt me. I don't have any money for you to steal anyways at this point. It's all gone, dude. 85% stables. You fucking Chad. Let's go. 24K is the bottom. 66% from the high. Well, there you guys heard it. You heard it here. Why even do TA when I have all of these fucking turbo geniuses in my chat? Some of you guys are such good traders. I don't know why you even watch my videos. Aren't you just a billionaire by now? Like, why even watch my videos, man? Like, you've got it all figured out. All right, let's talk about Ethereum. Can you turn off face cam? My girlfriend is right next to me. Bro, that's our girlfriend now. What's up, baby? How you doing? I hate to break it to you, but your girlfriend and I, we're leaving you. You know what you did. It's been a long time coming. It's not us. It's you. Okay? She sees the tattoos. She sees the guns. The pearly whites. The bald head. She's in love. She's in love. What does my hair look like when it's grown out? I used to have a crazy afro. I mean, realistically, what is your 20-year price target for Bitcoin? I have no idea how to answer that question. 0 or like a million. Like, I don't know. I have no concept of how to answer that question. The rate I'm going, I'm not going to be alive in 20 years to figure it out. Okay. I have too much of a proclivity for degenerate activities with my compatriots in the Wetards to think 20 years in the future. I'm trying to make it to Friday, my guy. Okay, let's talk about Ethereum. Let's talk about the Russian scam. Vitalik, Canadian. Drake, Canadian. Justin Bieber, Canadian. Trader Mayne, Canadian. Jim Carrey, Canadian. Just some notable Canadians for you guys, just so you know what your brothers in the North are putting out in terms of quality people. Okay? So let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, pushed a little higher than Bitcoin. So the relative strength of Ethereum was higher, right? Bitcoin rejected at the weekly order block. Ethereum traded just above, and now we're back below, right? How can we visually quantify this difference? Quantify and visual, I don't think go together, but CryptoCred stopped watching my videos ages ago because he can't stand them. So fuck it. It's this, right? So this chart, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green weekly candles over the last 5 weeks, meaning over those last 5 weeks, Ethereum has been stronger than Bitcoin, right? So that explains why this had a larger move from bottom to top than Ethereum did, okay? Than Bitcoin did. Shut up. All right, but it still doesn't look good, right? So we traded above that weekly order block and then back below. Now, similar to Bitcoin, I basically said, okay, I actually tried to long this because Bitcoin, if you remember, this is Bitcoin. I'm going to draw it. Even though I can use this tool to actually show you the charts next to each other, I'm going to draw it. Ethereum here, Bitcoin did this. That's 47K. That might be my greatest drawing yet. Ethereum, well, Bitcoin made a lower high, Ethereum made a higher high. Right? So there was a divergence there. However, when Bitcoin started rejecting here, that should have been the cue to not long Ethereum, right? So we had this SFP, we had this rounding, which the best part is I posted about why this looks toppy, but I longed it anyways. I literally longed this candle here, and I was stopped out immediately. But I said if we get below this zone, I'm looking for an underside test to short, first target being here. And that worked out. So I did make some money on the way down, but I should have, when you see this type of divergence, so Ethereum makes a higher high, Bitcoin makes a lower high, and Bitcoin is selling off, that means you can get a better short entry on Ethereum, right? That should have been the cue. When Bitcoin did this, I should have been shorting up here. But it is what it is. I didn't. But I did manage to catch the short on the underside. I posted this chart on Twitter. I said if it breaks below here, a pullback is a short, down into here, boom, Bob's your uncle, or maybe he's your aunt. I don't know. 2022 is weird. But came down, we saw some support, and now we're selling off below that level again. So I'm actually going to now delete all of this shit because I think if you now just take this level, that becomes your key. So just like Bitcoin has some work to do, Ethereum's got a lot of work to do as well. I think until Ethereum is back above, hold on, patience. There we go. Until Ethereum is back above 3350, to me, this is like 47 on Bitcoin. Okay, this is 47K Bitcoin. So until we're back above there, there's no talk of 4K. None. Okay? But for now, we're in an interesting position here in that we're losing support. We're making lower highs and lower lows. This looks like it wants to fucking fully retrace all of these lows here. It wants to fully retrace these moves. So is there going to be a bounce here? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Similar to Bitcoin, we do have some support here that we're now trading at. Okay, so where are we at here? 29.20 to 29.90 on the 12-hour here. We're getting a little bit of a bounce. Just like Bitcoin is kind of holding around 40K right now. If Bitcoin holds 40K, trades to 42, I think Ethereum will trade to 3150, and that's where I would TP any longs that I bought down here. All right? Alternatively, I think you go low fishing. You wait for either this low or this low to get run, and then you see some sort of sweep. That would be the only way I'm interested in longing this thing right now. So what does that look like? Let's assume we're using this low here. I would want to see price run. Oh, get that garbage out of here. Let's just shout out to Jack Armstrong. He's the announcer for the Raptors. move below, back above, right? The reason I'm looking for this type of structure to long rather than just long a level is because we're going down. We're in a downtrend. I'm trying to catch a counter trend move. So by having this sweep, that allows me to define my risk. Because if I'm just buying this level here, where is your stop go? Right? So where would the stop go here? If I'm longing here, I don't know, is my stop all the way down here? Like that's the swing low. Do I put it right here, really tight under the order block? You're guessing, right? Whereas if we run the low and then reclaim, now my risk is defined and I'm much more confident in the trade. Okay? So that's what I'm looking for on Ethereum. Into some support right now. CPI coming tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. We've already sold off a lot. But if we get a bounce, 3150 would be the upper end of where I'm looking to TP that. 31 right here, the bottom of that, up to 3150 is where I'd be closing out that long, in my opinion. This potentially looks like, I bet you have some sort of divergence here forming. I don't really like it. I don't like a divergence in this instant. What am I doing? Relative strength. There you go. Right? So you do have a bullish divergence forming here. However, I don't really like this as a bullish divergence because I think we're in a strong downtrend. I think it's much more likely that if we get a bounce, it's shallow or we just go sideways as opposed to, oh, there's an hourly bull div, send it back to fucking Valhalla. But 3150, if this divergence plays out and we do get some relief tomorrow, 3150 is where I'd TP Ethereum. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. And 42K is where I'd TP Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin probably looks the exact same. Starting to put in a bit of a bullish divergence here. Not as much as Ethereum. 42K would be the target there. All right. Now, what are the short scenarios? What are the short scenarios on either of these, right? Both of these things have sold off pretty far already. So I'm looking to short back into resistance. So if we get up into, this area, I'm looking for weakness up in here, right? To get short. Go away, right? I'm looking for that kind of structure to happen up into this cluster, into these two levels. That would be kind of the type of short idea I'd be looking for on Ethereum. Same thing is on Bitcoin here. Here's your level, right? Right in about here, 42. A move up into here gives me a reason to short. I don't know if we come all the way up to 44. Those are kind of equal highs, but not really. I don't think that high is in danger. I'd rather see similar to the dip buy, right? A move up, maybe a run of that high and a breakdown or something happening around that 42K handle would be a short for me. Okay? So Ethereum doomer targets, right? So very clear, hopefully on Ethereum, 30 to 31 to 3150 is key. I'm not super bullish on Ethereum as long as it's trading below 3350. I'm not bullish at all on Bitcoin until it's back above 47. What it does in between here, I don't really know for sure. We're going to play it level to level, right? Level to level. Right? Sorry, I'll get this level back here. Right? Level to level. But in terms of big time plays, until we're back above there, I think anything that happens in this area is just a lower high before eventually a lower low. Same thing here. Till we're back above here, any sort of bounce here I think is a lower high before an eventual lower low. Doomer targets on Ethereum are sub 2K, right? Like if Bitcoin is going to 30K, Ethereum's trading around $2,000. If Bitcoin is going back to 14K, Ethereum is trading closer to $1,000. And I know that seems impossible because Ethereum's supposed to go to 10K. So what the fuck? Why would it go back to 1K? But that's just like the doomer scenario, worst case scenario. Right? That's not even an 80% pullback from all-time high. 1,400 down to 80. Ethereum pulled back 95% in the last bull run. 95. Okay? You don't even want to know what that level is. What's a 95% pullback? $200? I don't think that's going to happen. I would be very surprised if Ethereum went below 1,000 in the Armageddon scenario, DEFCON 5 scenario, the you're gay scenario. That's what we're going to call it, the you're gay scenario. But 800 to 1,200, I'm fucking backing up the bus. I don't really care, even if it goes lower, because I'm pretty confident it will be a lot higher not too long after that. But 14K, 12 to 14K Bitcoin, 800 to 1,200 Ethereum. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure, but I want to put out those numbers just in your mind. Why? One, clout. As a member of the Goblin community, you guys know I'm a clout goblin, right? Insert goblin face over my face. I'm a clout goblin. So I need that out there on record so I can retweet it at a later date. But more than anything, I just want you guys to be aware. Like, if Ethereum can go to 10K, why can't it go back to 2K? Right? Why not? A year ago, Ethereum was $1,000. Does it mean it's never going back there again? I just don't want you guys to be stuck like some people who are like, that can never happen. Because the same people who are saying that now were people back here who are like, it's going to 10K, it's never going to $100 again. And then it went to 80, right? So I'm just putting that out there, all right? But equivalent level of like 14K to me is around 1,100 on Ethereum. But if Bitcoin goes to 35 and then goes to 30, I'm looking at 2,400 Ethereum, and then I'm looking at 2,000 Ethereum. Fuck was that? It's because I'm yelling. So 35K Bitcoin, maybe 2,400 Ethereum, 30K Bitcoin, maybe 2,000 Ethereum. Okay? But that is the doomer scenario. I've laid out potential long here. And again, if we're going to get a 5+% bounce on Ethereum and Bitcoin, go look at coins like Solana to have a bigger bounce. Go look at coins like Luna to have a bigger bounce. I would love to short Luna between 95 and 105. And what does that mean? Just to 95 is almost a 15% move. So if we're going to bounce, these are the ones you want to look at, right? All right. We'll lastly talk about KNC here because I did open a short on that. So I'll cover that. Jim Carrey is Canadian, you sons of bitches. How could you not know? What's first, 35K or 50K? Gun in my head, 35K. Am I leaning towards the Goblin scenario or staying in the range? I'm leaning towards the Goblin scenario, to be honest with you. But I'm open to be proven wrong. Very simply, get above 47 or hold 30. Goblin Town canceled, right? You can make Cred watch your videos again if you start giving out dating advice. I would give Cred dating advice, but it would be falling on deaf ears because he doesn't leave his house. Loma, fuck, wrong account. What's up, bro? Is this the real Loma? I don't actually know, but if it is, next time you take a 7-figure P&L trade and you don't DM me in advance, you son of a bitch, friends off. We're barely friends now because you don't respond to my texts, okay? And you never respond to me when I'm in your city, but that will be the last straw. And I've already given up so many straws. I only have one left. But what's up, Lomo? The homie? Lomo retired from streaming. I'm pretty sure Lomo's retired from life, man. He's big ballin'. What is Max Payne? I'm pretty sure I talked about that. Oh, what's up? I'm pretty sure I talked about Max Payne in a lot of different scenarios here. But Max Payne is below the you're gay line. Okay, we've established 30K, you're gay. Right? It's like a slogan, and I'm like running for president, except for it's like I'm running for the mayor of Goblin Town. Below 30K, and you're gay. Right? I gotta stop saying that. I'm gonna get canceled. I think we need to bring back, while I'm on this note of getting canceled, we need to bring back bullying, and we need to be bringing back the ability to be offensive. The reason I am okay with self-deprecating humor and being made fun of and getting my balls busted, not in the way that you're thinking, you sick fucks. I mean metaphorically by the boys. If we're under 30K, they might be doing it literally because under there, you're gay. But nonetheless, is because I grew up in a time where you got bullied in school and people said mean shit to you. And I was taught sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And now we live in a society where it's like, yo, words can hurt me, and if you say words I don't like, I'm going to physically assault you. Or I'm going to report you to the police or some sort of bullshit. Or I'm going to cancel you. Fuck that shit. Okay. How is KNC not nuking to Goblin Town yet? Well, we will look at KNC in a moment. What do you need to see to consider a level reclaim? Generally, I want to see candles closing above it, right? Why was this not a reclaim? We had a couple candles close above it, and then we closed back below right away, right? That's not what you want to see. A reclaim of a level, let's see if I can give you an example of a reclaim. This would be a reclaim, and I know it doesn't, you're like, oh, but nuked right through. It's like, yeah, but once it closed through and fucking launched, what are you doing? I'm buying that next pullback, right? Same thing here, right? We're holding the level. We traded below. Once we nuke through it, I'm now looking for longs. There are going to be instances where it doesn't always run away that far, but I don't want to see it, I want to see it break through with conviction. This broke above barely and then sold back off 2 days later, right? I want to see a strong move away. That would be a reclaim. And also, right, let's assume we're looking to reclaim this level. If it does this and you're like, okay, it reclaimed it and you long and then it trades back below, get out of the fucking trade, right? But then if it gets back above, okay, well now risk defined, I'm back in, right? I don't have like a set one rule, I guess, but hopefully that makes sense. Bro, I'm killing you. Well, stop watching. I don't want you to die, bro. What's your opinion on the Richard Hart guy? Well, my opinion is that he has terrible taste in clothing. I'm personally a bit of a brand whore. Like not for everything, right? But I like having a little Louis Vuitton shit, maybe some Gucci shit. I'm into that, right? But if you're gonna wear a Louis Vuitton tracksuit, I mean, it takes balls, for sure. But I just don't think he's the type of guy that can pull it off. I don't think most people can pull it off. Very few people can pull off like the full Louis Vuitton or Gucci. Like he looks like he's just a guy who got given a bunch of money and is like, what do rich people wear, right? When I was in Dubai, one of the richest guys I met was in sweatpants in Dubai and a white t-shirt like this and had an Apple Watch on. And then there's guys who are worth 1% of what he's worth, me, walking around with a Rolex. You know what I mean? When stream with Cred. Last time I tried to stream with Cred, I fucked up the audio, and he hasn't want to come back on since. So I don't know. You guys pester him. DM him, tag him a bunch, and be like, stream with Trader Mayne. Because I love him. I love him. I love annoying him. We got 100 viewers on Twitch. Let's go. What the fuck? Where'd you all come from? Stream rigged. Regged. I don't know. Why am I coughing so much? Who's more shredded, me or Cred? 100% without a doubt, it's me. No, I'm just kidding. Cred is in incredible shape. Like, he is jacked. The man has tree trunks for legs. He's also a much more experienced lifter, and he has a plethora of knowledge around nutritional science and physical fitness and sports science that I'm not even close to. I send him my workout splits, and he just tells me that they're terrible. All right, guys, we're going to look at KNC. I'm going to explain my short, and then we'll probably wrap this bad boy up. Over an hour already. Okay, so why am I shorting this? Reason number one, I don't know what it does. No, I'm just kidding. So the reason I'm shorting this coin versus Atom is if you look at, what is this? Look at these drawings. This is like these are like caveman paintings. But this, of all of these squiggles, this squiggle played out. So I called it. Short from 45. The squiggle is clear. Like, what the fuck is this? This is like hieroglyphics right now. Okay. Let's get serious. Which of these two coins would you like to short? Right? Both looking at the weekly. Now, most people are like, well, Atom looks more bearish, right? It's already put in its high. The reason I want to short the chart on the left is because this already has sold off. And if I'm of the mindset that the entire market is going to pull back further, I want to go look at coins that have overperformed and gone up a lot because they have the most room to fall, right? That's why Luna was such a great short, because it was outperforming everything. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin is still king. And so when Bitcoin started to shit the bed, what happened to Luna? It shit the bed even harder. And so that's what I'm hoping happens here. I'm not saying you can't short Atom, but if I'm trying to say, okay, well, what's a coin that has held up relatively well? We're right at all-time high here. At least I think. I don't know. Maybe on a different chart there's more history. No. All right. We're right at all-time high. The entire market is pulling back. This just swing failure pattern all-time high. So what does this kind of remind me of? This kind of reminds me of like this. I feel like KNC is like right here. So I'm hoping we get that big red dildo. Right? Because if the rest of the market's going to pull back, I'm hoping that the high is in, this is an exit pump, and this thing's going to shit the bed. So that's why I picked this coin specifically. It is a coin I've also traded before. It's on one of my, if you guys remember, we took I think a long on it a while ago. It's on my altcoin series watch list. We did a video with it. So I've been watching this one. GMT was another one that I didn't end up shorting, but dumped super hard. But we just swing fail pattern, all-time high. The rest of the market looks kind of heavy. So to me, this has a ways to fall. Zoom into the 12-hour. You have a 12-hour SFP here. And you have some rejections occurring. To me, this looks like a potential beginning of a reversal. So it's very easy to define my risk here, right? You go down to the hourly. Another SFP here. Not quite. Your risk absolutely hard stop above here, right? But I think you could probably get away with, letting this thing come up. So I posted this here, and I said I want to short a move up into here, and I filled my short. My average is around 435. So I started shorting a little early because we put in this candle. So I got scared. So when we started pushing up here, I started shorting early. But then when we came up into my short zone, I posted it on Discord. I started shorting heavily. So I'm in this bitch from like right here, right? My stop is here. I would let this thing trade as high as 440 again, right? It already peaked there. I don't think it should go back above that high. If we get like an hourly close up here, I'm out. But until then, you look at the SFPs here. We've got a break in market structure on the hourly. I think this is going to roll over. And my target is here. A new swing low. Target 1 is here, right? Below this low. That would confirm this is a lower high. But then target 2 would be below this low. Another lower high, lower low. So that's the reason I shorted this thing. We're near all-time high. We're putting in swing failure patterns, breaking market structure on the hourly. We rallied right back up into there. Clear invalidation. It's outperformed asymmetrically to the rest of the market. So I'm hoping this does a Luna and just puts in like a negative 10% candle. Hopefully right fucking now. All right? Cinnabon is fire. That is correct. Don't short a coin. Coins in price discovery. Ada and Matic didn't give a shit about the bear market. Are you sure about that? This looks like it's giving a lot of shit. This thing's down almost 80% since Bitcoin topped. This thing is down 80% since the summer. Look, Bitcoin on August 31st was at 49K. It went up to 60K. Since Bitcoin was that high, ADA has been going straight down. You could argue the exact opposite of what you just said is true. ADA gave a ton of shit about the bear market. It topped before Bitcoin did, and now it's down 75%. So I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure you're wrong. Let's look at Matic. Same idea here. This is just this year. It's already down 50%. So I don't know what you're talking about, but the charts tell a different story, my friend. Oh, my fucking stream is laggy. I don't know what's going on. Jayhawk shorted 440. What a legend. William says, Mayne, what do you think about having looser stops to avoid getting hit with SFPs? You can do it, right? You can do it. Don't get too carried away, right? But you can have a looser stop. But if you're putting your stop loose because you think that a level might get SFP'd, would it not be better to wait and see if that level gets SFP'd and then enter? So you have two options. Let's assume you're entering here. And you, instead of putting your stop here, you want to put it here just in case we SFP that. Well, you can put a looser stop, but now you're kind of playing a guessing game because who knows how deep the SFP goes. Your other option is put your stop where you want to, right? So you put your stop here. And then if we SFP, you get stopped out, but then it closes as an SFP. Guess what? Re-enter. And there's your new stop. Don't be afraid to take a loss. But yeah, hopefully that answered your question. My stream is crashed on Twitch. I don't know why. This guy said not proper context. I don't know what context you're talking about. Maybe you can explain it to me, but I'll leave this chart up while you try and explain to me why it's not bearish. Okay? I'm going to leave this here. You tell me why it's not bearish. KNC USD on Binance. Calculated by TradingView. Okay. Oh, there you go. So we're not at all-time high. My apologies. But relative to this high, first of all, why wasn't I longing this? What the fuck? But I'm talking about this high then. I'm sorry. Jayhawk got a better short entry on CanC than me. That kind of annoys me. That's kind of annoying. Oops. Okay. So what are you trying to say? It takes more than 5 seconds to look, bud. I don't know why you're trying to be condescending, man. You made a point saying, like, don't short this coin in price discovery. This thing hasn't been in price discovery for 8 months. Okay, so while BTC dumped in April and May, okay, Cardano went up. You're talking about here? Let's put them side by side. So we're on the weekly here. We're on the weekly here. Look at this chart. Jesus Christ, some of my chart. Look, if the world implodes, I'll buy more down at these levels. That's funny. All right, we're looking at the weekly and the weekly. So what you're identifying is something I've talked about, which is a divergence. So you're saying, okay, well, when Bitcoin was dumping in April and May, right, this went up. And then this dumped with Bitcoin. And then when Bitcoin went up, this went up. But then Bitcoin went up more, and this has been going down. So I don't really understand your argument. You're just saying for these 2 months where Bitcoin traded at 50 to 60K, this went up. But I'm showing you that when Bitcoin had a second run to 69K, this has gone down 80% in that time, where Bitcoin had a 40% rally. And then Bitcoin's dumped, and it's still dumped less. So I don't really know what you're saying. And I also would like to point out that all altcoins did this. No, that's not true at all. You're saying anyone who traded Cardano and Matic, no. Look at Ethereum. When Bitcoin topped, Ethereum went up more than Cardano and Matic. All altcoins did that. Bitcoin stabilized at 50 to 60K before topping, and then Ethereum led an altcoin rally where all of these altcoins started to outperform Bitcoin because Bitcoin was chilling out. Bitcoin dominance went down, which allowed altcoins to take the lead. So I get what you're saying, but it wasn't specifically Cardano and Matic. And to that end, I just showed you Ethereum did the exact same thing. Here's April to May. Ethereum did 160%. Let's do that same calculation here. April to May. Cardano went up less than just Ethereum. It went up less than just Ethereum. What's the stronger of these two assets? I did that backwards. What's the stronger of these two assets? Ethereum. So what you're saying is factually incorrect. Maybe you were longing those coins and did well, but all altcoins followed Ethereum in April and May and outperformed Bitcoin where Bitcoin stagnated. And then when Bitcoin topped, this thing dropped, and then Bitcoin made a new all-time high, and this thing continued to go straight down. So not only are you wrong, but you picked like the worst possible example to try and fucking dunk on me. So there you go. I win. Who's the judge of the competition? Me. I don't know. I don't know how someone can tell me that this is bullish. Don't know why bringing up ETH, because your whole argument was that Cardano and Matic were the only coins that outperformed Bitcoin. And I just showed you that Ethereum also outperformed Bitcoin, and it outperformed Bitcoin more than both of the coins you mentioned. So you're wrong, dude. I'm sorry, man. Oh, man. I don't know what to say. Like, I just explained that so fucking well. But, okay. Keep, just long Cardano, man. You'll probably be fine. Let's look at Near. feel like he's not going to come back and watch future streams. I feel like I've just lost a viewer, and I don't want that. I'm not trying to be mean. I just gave you a counterpoint, and my point makes sense, and you're just kind of arguing it anyways, even though I just literally proved you wrong with the charts itself. Okay, so near is fucked. I'm pretty sure it's just me and the wetards constantly longing this thing, but I basically have ridden a near long from around 16. So I was up huge, then I was down, then I was up huge, and now I'm down. So it hasn't been fun. I've round tripped a shit ton of P&L on this fucking coin. I don't know what the news is around near. I know Barry came out and said it's like their third largest holding. I don't know exactly what they're doing with it. I heard maybe somewhere that they're launching a near base stable coin. I don't fucking know. But this level seems to be pretty critical here. If I zoom in, you can see that we're oscillating at this key level here. So I'm no longer long near. I have very little long exposure at all right now outside of spot. Reclaim 1630, and I think we can go up. But until then, I don't know. I don't love this kind of structure. Like with Bitcoin looking shitty, for this to come up to resistance here and then basically, deviate above and get back below. I don't love it. And now we haven't broken market structure really yet. I mean, you could argue that's a break in market structure, but we're now right below resistance, right? So we were looking okay, and we're now below resistance. So I would want to see us get above around 1630 before I start longing this thing. Okay. Bitcoin, what is this? Like, these are not the levels I drew. That pisses me the fuck off. Like, what is all this shit? It's got all my old levels, and then it's like transposed these new ones. All right, I'm deleting. Delete. Ah, go away. Man, this is messy. I could just redraw the levels, but I've already committed to deleting them all by hand, and here we are. Like, what the fuck happened? I think when you do the double chart, like the side by side, it always pulls up like old ass fucking levels. Okay, there we go. I think we're almost back to normal. Okay, remembering we had 42K here as well. So we're bouncing at that level, right? What's the long scenario here? I mean, look at the 15-minute right now. It's just trying to put in bullish market structure here. Ethereum's probably doing the exact same thing, right? Trying to put in some bullish market structure. I'm not convinced yet, but again, those would be your take profits, okay? I know I don't need to argue with Anons on stream, but I'm frustrated. This guy says he's too busy with his longs to explain. All right, bro, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm just trying to explain. I'm just trying to explain to Mayne. All right, check the 5 second chart. Massive SFP. Why would you make me look at this? Now I have cancer. And it's your fault, bro. Okay. There's so many better ways to delete things. Trader Mayne, are you Tino by any chance? I don't know what Tino means. Like, are you asking me if I'm Latino? Because then the answer is sí. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Yo soy la Flama Blanca. Me llamo Trader Mayne. Is that what you're asking me? All right. Fuck, I forgot to record the stream. God damn it. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't know what Tino means, bro. But I'll just say yes, I am. All right, guys. Does anyone have any questions about things we discussed in this video that you would like me to answer? How much are you packing? Are you asking me how big my wiener is? The answer is 11. And I'm not going to define what system of measurement that is in. I'll leave that to your imagination. Half my stream is gone? Uh-oh, that's not good. Do you love Lamp? I love Lamp. I love Lamp. How handsome am I mathematically? Now that is a great question. I would say on a scale of 1 to very handsome, 1 being Ed Sheeran after he just got out of a shower, to very handsome being like Brad Pitt, I'm probably like at Ethan Hawke. That's where I am. Handsome Hawk. Can I explain what bullish market structure would look like for my long trigger? Well, there's nothing here yet, right? On the low time frame, really. This is all lower lows, lower highs. You could argue, right, that price was selling off aggressively here. This is a TWAP here, right? That's controlled selling. It's starting to round out. So I would basically take a high here. You've got one here. We've technically put in a higher high here. So you could look to long a little dip here and target back up into here. You could, right? On the 15-minute, we've put in officially a higher high right above here. So here's the high that generated the low. So you could put in that technically is flip bullish on the 15-minute. Now, the hourly probably need a close above there. The 4-hour, right? The bullish market structure wouldn't happen until much higher. So anything you're doing on the low time frame here, keep in context that the high time frame is still quite bearish. Mayne, you're a solid 8.25. I will take that. I will take that. Because I'm an 8.25, but then when you add in my massive penis, my hilarious sense of humor, and the very cool jewelry that I blew a bunch of money on when Bitcoin was at 60K, that bumps me up from an 8.25 to like an 8.5. And that's pretty damn good. Thoughts on Ohm? I don't know what Ohm is. I don't know what Ohm does. I can look at the chart. Thoughts on Ohm are, oh my God, my money is gone. I don't know what this is, but I wouldn't fucking touch this with a 10-foot pole. This is, if you got this shit up here, your money is Ohm. It is, I'm trying to think of something clever here. Oh my God, my money is gone is pretty good, but O being objectively, H being, I don't fucking know. I don't know. This looks awful. Ohm die. Okay. Let's look at Ohm die. This looks just as bad, maybe even worse. Then again, like this thing came all the way down to here and rallied again, so I don't know. But this doesn't, yeah, your money's been obliterated. Your money has become obsolete. I don't know. This doesn't look good. If I had to buy this, like if you're like, you need to buy this, I'm not interested in buying this on the weekly until it's back above there. If you're looking at the lower time frame, you might be like, oh, okay, we're finally putting, just look at this thing, dude. Like infinite sell pressure. You heard of the infinite Tsukuyomi? This is the infinite Tiwapomi to the downside. You could argue that this is a higher low. Maybe if we get above 40, we might have some relief. But personally, I'm not interested in touching charts like this. Objectively horrendous market. There you go. Yeah, you're going to be homeless. There you go. That's the best one. I'm pretty sure I've heard that on Twitter before. But this, like, there's so many better coins. I'm not saying fundamentally because I don't know what this fucking does. But there's so many better opportunities out there with charts that don't look like this for you to have to trade something like this. Okay? This guy said no neck. How dare you? How dare you? How often do you use funding and open interest in your trading? Aggregate funding on KNC is very negative, meaning shorting is crowded. It's not something I look at all because funding can be super negative and it can still go down. Funding can be super positive and it can still go up. So it's not something I really consider. I just look at the charts. I know some people who use OI and funding and it's an edge for them. It just isn't for me. I'm not saying it's useless. It's just not something I personally use. KNC short target is like 380. Right? 380 is the first target, which is this low. Next target is like 350, this low. All right. I think I'm gonna call it here. I don't know. Something's going on with the fucking stream where it's losing. It's losing like the history, which is annoying because I didn't record this. But I have to end the video here. It's 10 o'clock at night. I need to eat a meal. I've got laundry that's been sitting all day. But I hope you guys appreciated the video. I hope you liked it. I will do my best to get the condensed version up, even though I forgot to record it. That's my bad. But I will do my best. And yeah, I don't know what happened, why the stream is not showing the full length on YouTube. I'll try and sort that out. But I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe out there, please. Shout out to Prime. Thank you so much. And I'll be back with another video soon. All right? Bye-bye. Yeah, hopefully it's not from the "you're gay" line. If that's actually what happened, that's awful. If someone like reported the video, that'd suck. All right, guys. I'll talk.